All right, so we recently launched the ebook for tuning guidelines, and whenever we did, we had somebody ask a question about it, and I just want to clarify it. The question was, if a car is tight on entry, I said you can increase wedge and it will help to free up the car. And most people think of increasing the wedge will tighten the car, and that is on acceleration. That does just the opposite on deceleration. So let me explain why I said that and what is actually going on. So this is an example of the car with the tires loaded. Now, these are just fictitious numbers, and they're going to be easy for math and easy to explain on how the system works. So all four tires are equally loaded. So both rear tires are equally loaded. And if you're familiar with the way a zero-turn lawnmower works, which most of us are, if you push both sticks forward, which both tires are loaded exactly the same, so let's say both sticks move forward, it goes straight forward. Same on deceleration. You pull back on the sticks, it pulls back straight. Now, that means both tires have the same amount of control because they're both loaded the same. Now, if you wanted to change how the car handles under acceleration and deceleration, you can adjust the wedge from the left rear to the right front and change the amount of preload that is on the tires, and that will affect the balance between the two rear tires. Give an example. If we reduce the wedge, like in this image, what we would do is, by reducing the amount of load on the right front and the left rear, that would increase the load on the right rear. And with that being said, now this tire has more control because it has more weight on it. And if you take that into consideration when you're using a zero turn, when you're trying to accelerate, this will make it want to turn in this direction. And the same would happen if you were decelerating. It would make it turn in the opposite direction. So it's trying to point the nose of the car in the opposite direction. Now, if you wanted to change that to what I actually had suggested in the book, for a tight car on deceleration, you would want to add wedge. It is a tuning device that you can use. Now, here's what would happen. By adding wedge to the car, increasing the load on the right front and the left rear, it now has more load on the left rear than on the right rear. That means the left rear now has more control during acceleration and deceleration. So keep in mind, if you're on a zero turn and you push the sticks forward and you push the left side, because it has more control, push it further than the right side, it's going to want to turn the nose to the right. Same with deceleration. This is the tip that I was talking about. If you let off the gas, it is going to want to try to turn the car this way, which is going to make the car turn into the corner better. And with that also being said, as another caveat to this whole deal, not only have you got more control in the left rear, but you've actually preloaded the right front with more load. So now it is actually loaded more, and it wants to help the car turn better too. So that's the reason why I said by adding wedge, it can help a tight car. It can help free up a tight car on entry. And that's what I was talking about.